Welcome back, Global War in 1939. We are moving on to the Japanese ninth turn of the game. So definitely a lot of work to do. The combined efforts of China, FEC, or the Commonwealth as a whole, and the Americans are really putting a lot of pressure on us. We're trying to defend the islands with the Navy, but the Allies got a small Navy in Sea Zone 70, sizable one here, and now the one up north is getting really big, and they're going to continuously add ships to that navy. So definitely a lot of work in China. They still got a big stack of infantry that can really do a lot of damage if we're not careful. So all the gains that we've made in the previous, the first seven turns, we can easily lose all that territory if we're not careful. Losing that sizable Japanese army in China a couple turns ago, that really hurt. Allowing the Chinese to really spar back up and retake a lot of territory that they previously lost. And FEC down here is doing a really good job. To me, it seems like they're stalemating this area, which would actually play better in their favor, because it prevents this sizable Japanese army from moving. Because the only thing that's keeping Siam alive is this army, and if it moves out, FEC can really cause a lot of problems. And they're going after the Money Islands. We really had nothing to defend last turn. Maybe some of that played into some decisions that the Japanese made. Probably made a few mistakes along the way, but my opponent has done an excellent job of making the Axis think, plan, replan, giving us a lot of trouble. So we're going to have to make some bold moves if we want to win this game. So for the Japanese plan, well, let's get into their purchases. They are 97. This is probably the last turn of having the economy this high. They've taken over two Money Islands, which we don't have a response to. So we're going to lose $11 off our economy. China is retake some territory that we need to retake back. The Communist Chinese have regained their territory, so it's going to lower our economy even more. So even after this, right now we have 97. Next turn, I can easily see us, being in the high 70s, low 80 range. But we'll try our best to push the Allies back. One of the biggest problems that we're facing is that we're facing two Allied navies. Facing one is fine, but two is a lot of problems. So now, this navy up here is way too strong for this navy to even entertain the idea of attacking it. It'll just get wiped out. Yeah, we'll do a significant amount of damage, but they're really too strong. They got 4 capital ships. We only got 3. And they got a fair amount of support vessels to absorb hits, pretty even with ours. So they have the 4 fighters, so it's going to be trouble to really hit that. We need to build up more. And our main navy down here in 108 is too far away to engage in the northern navy. But we do have this one down here. Yeah, there's a airbase. They will scramble for sure. But we have significantly more capital ships, more support vessels to absorb those hits. So we're going to have to think about this. Now, for our purchases, we're going to invest again heavy into our Navy. The Americans are continuously building a lot of ships in the Pacific, so we need to respond to that. So we're going to get another battleship, 2 more cruisers, 2 more destroyers, a sub, another fighter for the carrier that we purchased previously, 2 more special naval landing force, 3 infantry, 3 artillery, and of course our Siamese allies building force, spending all of our money. For battles to declare, let's take a look here. We only got one in China. We're going to go back in Szechuan. We cannot allow the Chinese to have this much money. If they're building 1 or 2 infantry a turn, that's fine, but we cannot allow them to get back up to building 5 every round. That'll just be all of our gains in China will be lost at that point. But we also got to be mindful of this FEC army as well. The Americans did a little sneaky move. The Russians declared war, removing our blockers way up north, allowing the American transports to come down. Now he fully understands he's going to lose all this, but it's a big distraction. The Allies did gain $6 extra essentially for 1 round, but this all must be removed. So we're going into the Sea Zone 106, recapturing this island, recapturing Philippines and Singapore. Another good thing about doing this move is that we lost a bomber, we lost 2 of our air transports, we lost a factory. So that's quite a big blow to our infrastructure and our ability to move troops around the map. And those air transports did a lot of work for us in the previous rounds. They've quickly moving infantry around. So those air transports are definitely going to be missed. We're going to have to think about reacquiring them. So these 4 battles for sure have to go in there, and then the big battle for this turn. I don't think we have a choice. I should have attacked this last turn when they were slightly weaker, because now they have not just the air base, but they also have a radar tower. So before I was humming and hawing about 3 fighters in the scramble. Now they have 4, but I think we have no choice. We have to go in now. Otherwise, it's just going to continuously cause us problems. So let's go in there now and try our best. So how are we going to do all this? Well, let's put these tanks with our army. The Japanese 5th Army is going to move in its entirety up to Szechuan. We're going to leave this vacant for now, and we'll see if we cannot bait the Allies into making a move that we want them to make. We'll see if it works. Unfortunately, this transport down here is just too far away from any of our aircraft, and we need everything that we can get into this, so we can't dispatch fighters off to attack this. So that's unfortunate. For the Philippines, we have 2 transports in the 88. They're going to move to 107, grabbing the 2 Special Naval Landing Force and the tank. They're going to land in the Philippines and recapture that. For up here, we're going to bring down 2 destroyers from 125, and they're going to land in 106 and get rid of those 2 transports. Are we going to do that? Actually, no. We're going to back that out. We're just going to use fighters. That's all I think we need. So we're going to bring the 2 fighters from 125 off the escort carriers. They're going to engage his transports. And then we're going to bring down 3 of our own transports from 125. And we're going to get units from Japan. So for the island, we're going to bring in 2 of our transports are going to attack that island. So it'll be 3 Special Naval Landing Force and the artillery. Take on that 1 Marine. And then for Shanghai, 2 infantry from Shantung is going to walk back into Shanghai. We're going to give them another fighter from Tokyo, and he's going to help out. And then our last transport, we're going to bring in the 2 Special Naval Landing Force, leaving 2 infantry behind, and go from there. And the fighters will just return back to Tokyo. No, they won't be able to. Yeah, they'd be out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we'll have to think about something. But we need these territories back. Everything else will just be... Oh, and then the big battle, of course. Our Navy is coming down to 88. and we're going to bring the 2 zeros from Tokyo as well. So it'll be one that they have a range of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we got space on the carrier for them to land. So they're going to come down, and then we also have these fighters here. They got a range of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to bring in 2 veteran fighters into there. Now we will have to clear out some space on our carriers, as right now we have 2 fighters over our capacity. So in the non-combat phase, 2 of the fighters that started here will obviously have to go somewhere else. So they'll come down, and they got a range of 2 left. So we'll have to, and we got landing spots for them, so not that big a deal. But the fighters that came from Siam need to land on the carriers. The fighters that came from Tokyo need to land on the carriers. So we just got to land 2 fighters on an island somewhere, just to make that work. All right. And everything, the Navy up in Tokyo is too far away to make that, to come down here and fight. All right, so I think we got our plan figured out. We just got to execute now. So let's do all the small battles first. So the one in Szechuan, we got 3 medium tanks. So let's roll for them. 4, 5, 11. Excellent. Got our hit. He's got 1 infantry defending with a 7. Perfect. So Japan reconquers Szechuan. That's fantastic. Let's do the Philippine battle. He's got a Marine, so he gets a +1 on his defense. The infantry, the tank, they all get built-in +1s, and then the tank increases in infantry. So we have an infantry at 3. Got 11. An infantry at 4. Got a 9. A tank at 5. Got a 9. All right, so he defends with a 9 himself. Okay, everyone missed round 2. Round 1 at 3. Got 11. 1 at 4. Got an 8. 1 at 5. An 8. Fantastic. He returns with a 9. My goodness, everyone's missing. All right, so infantry at 3, 6, infantry at 4, a 3. Finally got her hit. All right, so he defends with a 9. Okay. Philippines is back under our control. Fantastic. Let's do the... So this is on the Formosa. Okay, so we got 2 at 3. 3, 9. Excellent. And then his return, an 8. All right, so Formosa is back under our control. Let's do the transports. And we got 2 fighters. All right, so fighter at 6. 11. Excellent. Fighter at 7. Got a 1. Perfect. So he returns. Both miss, so he loses a transport. And fighter at 6. A 9, fighter at 7, 10. Excellent. He returns a 5. Back to our 0 at 6, a 9, fighter at 7, 6. All right, and he returns with a 3. Okay. I wasn't really expecting that to go different. I just thought the battle would go quicker. So the fighters in the non-combat phase, they're just going to return back to their carrier that they were on. And now this is for Shanghai. And again, it's a Marine. We are offloading guys. So he does get his +1 on his defense. All right. Infantry at 2s. Actually, we're going to use our Bonsai ability. So in the first round of combat, 2 of our infantry will get a +1. But now we can't retreat for the whole battle. So no matter how this goes out, I've no doubt that, like, I'm not in fear of losing. It's just that I want that extra attack ability. But in the rules, it does prevent us from retreating. So no matter what, we have to fight to the last man. All right, so we got 1 at 2. Got a 1? Wow, fantastic. And 4 at 3. 4, 2, perfect, excellent. He returns 2 2s. Oh my goodness! So we lose 2 guys, and he loses his. Oh, that's not good. That's pretty brutal, actually. All right. So that's all the big all the small battles. Now let's do the big one, actually. All right, so this battle here is really going to really affect the direction of this entire war in the Pacific. He is scrambling, and all the he can scramble to 4 because of the radar tower and the air base, and all the fighters get a +1 on their defense. Not good. Not good at all. All right, what do we got here? These are all destroyers. I am kind of grateful that actually has a lot of subs here in this Navy. So I'm just hoping the added fighters that we're bringing kind of tilt the tide for us. That's the idea. And we have a fair amount of destroyers. Now these torpedo planes, they have a target select at a 1 or 2. Okay, so this is the big battle that technically we should have had last round, but here we are. All right, so now the carriers can only shoot at planes. So if any of the carriers hit, they have to, their target needs to be a plane. All right, so carriers at 2. All right, I got a 2, a 9, and a 10. All right, so we're just going to denote that here so we know when we're selecting casualties, we know that needs to be a fighter. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we do have subs, but he has a ton of destroyers, so the subs have no special effect. If they hit, everything returns fire. So that's 5, 9, and 2 more. All right, so this is all on 4. Okay, so we got 3, 4, 4. Oh my goodness, this is a really good roll. So I'm going to remove the misses. So 6, an 8, a 10, a 9, a 6, a 7. So 5 hits total. All right, excellent. The cruisers, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. We have 8 cruisers. And then 2 fighters. So 10. All right, 10 at 6. All right, so 12, 7, 10. So they're no good. Another amazing roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. Wow. Crazy. Fighters, so that'd be the zeros. And then the target select ones will be the yellow dice. So if the yellows are 2 or 1, I get to choose the casually. If not, if they just hit, then he gets to choose. So this all at 7. Miss, 8, 4, and a 1. So 2 more hits. The battleships at 8. 3 and a 12. And then the Iowa battleships, or Amato battleships at 9. 9, 8, 2. So 3 more. Wow. That's... I don't even know why. That's crazy. All right. His defense, he's got 1, 4, 5, 6, 7 at 2. 7 at 2. So we got a 4, 1, 2, 4, 11. I'm going to re-roll this one. It's kind of on its side. 11. All right, so he got 2 hits. Five, and then 5 for destroyers. The white dice will be his carrier. So if that hits, it needs to be a fighter. This is all out of 4. All right, so 12, 12, 4, 6, 2, 3. So that's 3 more. So he's up to 5. Yes. His cruisers, he's got 5, and then plus 2. Yes. All right. So now this is his 6s. All right. So 9, 8, 12. So he's got 3, 1, 5, 5. So he gets 4 more. So he's up to 9 now. Wow. And then he's got 4 at 7. 9, 9, 8, 1. So he gets 1 more. So he's up to 10. And then his battleships. 3, 10. So he got 11 hits. Okay. So we're going to remove ours. So it'll be... Let me see. What are we doing? We can't damage our carriers. So we're going to absorb on our battleships. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that brings them down to 3. We're going to absorb on all of our battleships, bringing all of them down to 6. So we'll lose the 2 subs and a destroyer. And then he's going to lose a fighter. So it'd be the Anzac fighter, I guess. What do you... I don't know. Let me figure that out. So 2 of his battleships get absorbed. His carrier gets reduced. So that's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. 3. And then 1, 2, 3. And then 1 more fighter. Okay. Okay, continuing on the fights. So carriers at 2s. They all miss. This is our destroyers. One, and everything else misses. This is not good round. 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, this is all out of 6. All right, so 11, 11, 10, 7, 10, 7, 7, 11, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more hits. And then our fighters. Again, the yellow is the target select. So this is all at 7. No good, no good, no good. That's a 9, 7, 4. So not as good as last time. Still 9 hits is pretty decent, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Almost all of them. Almost cleared it. They return. They got 7 at 6. So they're going to get 7 at 6. 9, 9, 9. So they get 4 hits. And then 3 at 7. One more. 5. Okay. So we get 5 more hits. We can't absorb anymore. So we're going to lose 5 destroyers. And they're going to lose 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Carriers at 2. Miss. Destroyers at 4. 3, 2, 9. We got our hit. And then he returns. 3. So we lose 1 more destroyer. He loses this. So we lost 8 ships total. And all of our battleships are now damaged. Which puts us in kind of a bad situation here. We forgot one battle that we have to do right now. For the battle for Singapore. Okay, last fight, and we're going to do Bonsai again to give us a +1 on the infantry. So infantry with 3, both miss, and then the aircraft with 7s. 6-1, excellent. He returns with a 10. All right, Singapore is back under our control. So we're still not gaining all the territory back, and we're being kind of reactionary here. The Allies have done a really good job in, especially in the Pacific. They've flipped the scripts, as in momentum is now on the Allied side here. So we need to try to push this back. So in the non-combat phase, the 2 extra fighters that started here move down to 1, 2, and then they got to move them to 2 left. 1, 2 land on this island in Papua Islands. And we needed that to make room for the fighters that came from Siam. Um, it's not really a lot of non-combat to do outside of up here. So we need to... Oh, man. I don't even know what to do here. So these 3 infantry will move to Manchuria. Bring a guy to Chahar. And the 2 guys... Or the rest of the units in Peking is going to move out to Seshai. The fighter that was in Shanghai can't get back to Tokyo. So he's got a range of 5. 1, 2, 3. Can't get back there, so he's going to come up to Peking and land. Unit placement. He needs to go to Siam. The 3 artillery will also be built in Siam. 2 special naval landing force will go in Tokyo, as well as the other everything's going to go into Tokyo. I don't think we have much of a choice here. And then the fighter will go into Tokyo or on the carrier. Actually, no. They'll go actually into Tokyo. And everything else will be built in 125. Yeah, and I fully get we're putting a lot of units at risk to the American counterattack, to our attacks. Must be done. All the battleships down in 88 are now damaged, so all their movement is restricted to 1. So basically now, on the next turn, we need to get them to a naval base to repair. Luckily, there's one right next to us. So that'll be our target to get to repair. The counterattack that the Allies have is a medium bomber and a torpedo boat, or a flower class, which is obviously not going to do anything. So we're not in fear of getting counterattacked with weak battleships. We'll just have to wait out for the response. So income. All right, so income after bonuses, we are getting 3. We're getting 4 bonuses, but 3 of them are only $1 increases. So we're down to 82, which is a $15 drop in our economy, and a lot of that has to do with the Allies taking some of the islands, like Sumatra, Dutch East Indies. We're losing the $5 bonus, and we had no way to respond to recapture those territories this turn. So our economy is just shrunk by $15. Not good. We're gonna have to really think about and try to figure out a way to reconquer those territories. But that is it for the Japanese for this turn. Again, thank you for watching. Have yourself a great day.